It's a very sad day, especially yesterday when, while I was playing Dandy's World, my chat started going crazy over the Dolly's Factory Discord server. In my mind, I genuinely thought it was an uprising, maybe a raid. Then I see the ping title, the end of Dolly's Factory. It was so sudden and out of nowhere. I really don't know how to describe to you the feeling of at first being joyful throughout the stream to then suddenly get a feeling of dread. It's not a good feeling, and there was so much shock in my system that I couldn't properly maintain the stream. So I decided to end it. I know people abuse and incorrectly use the term doom scrolling, but that was pretty much all my afternoon yesterday. Well, today's video is unfortunately the last video you'll see of this game, unless a miracle happens, but I doubt it. I won't be going over the negative reactions that people are having about the developers, the game, or the conspiracies, as I deem that to be inappropriate. If you want to talk about that during the live streams, then that's fine. I do want to move on and say, don't be sad that it's gone. Be happy that it happened. Easier said than done, to be quite frank with you. I remember very early on when Dolly's Factory came up, every Dandy's World YouTuber under the sun covered this game. For most, it was just a one and done deal, but for me, I remember telling myself that I see major potential since at the time, I mean, to this day, really, Danny's World wasn't doing good anymore, and I really wanted an alternative. So I covered the game from June all the way up until August. Unfortunately, I noticed that the game just wasn't updating. It didn't seem like it was going in a good direction, so I decided to shelve the game and eventually stopped covering it. This went on for about 3 months until the beginning of December. Seemingly out of nowhere, I was getting a bunch of comments asking me when I was going to cover Dolly's Factory again, because in the future, there was going to be a new update presenting two new plushies, Zoro and Jinx. I thought to myself, with how dissatisfied I am with Danny's World, nothing's going to change if I don't start making consistent content on alternatives. So the first week of December, it was just nothing but Dolly's Factory. I was catching up on every little bit of content. I overgrinded the game just in time to play Zoro and Jinx. Then for a while, nothing happened on the channel in regards to Dolly since I know I was making an overabundance of videos on the game, so I gave it a break. Until they announced the Christmas update. I was so excited to see the first ever event in Dolly's. Keep in mind, while this was an ordinary event, there was a lot of background stuff happening, like the hiring of new developers, which gave way to the amazing Felicia and Rocky update that we all knew and loved. The update was so good that it finally put Dolly's Factory in the spotlight. From there, the rest was history. At some point, though, I hadn't made a public announcement other than in my live streams. Dolly's Factory had become the main game on the channel. It was to a point where I was making 2 to 3 videos per week on the factory, while Dandy's got reduced to 1. It was such a fun and amazing journey being a content creator for the game. It really left a strong impression on me. So much that I even got interested in the lore and made a full video on it. Keep in mind, I never get interested in Roblox game lore since usually it's very corny, but not this one. This game was so good, man. They were beyond the standards in terms of Roblox games. It really felt like it could have existed outside the Roblox platform. I still remember to this day how I went fanatical over the game. I recommended it to my friends who, mind you, were tired of Dandy's World and the genre as a whole, but even they got reinvested into it because of Dolly's Factory. I remember telling content creators to cover the game more. I did 2 successful Zone 100 runs. You know me. I don't like the whole Floor 100 competitive scene, especially since it can get very boring and monotonous. Not Dolly's Factory, though. That's how much passion I had for it. I'm very proud to have been an early pioneer for the game, as well as many others like Gaming with Josh, Lost Alex, Firepower, Purple Cub, and many others. So with that, I close my final farewell and video on this game. Like I said, if a miracle happens, then I'll obviously come back. But I do not want to cope about such a possibility. I mean, I'm a realist after all, and it seems from the developer's perspective, this game isn't coming back. As for the future of this channel, I think what will take the spotlight for now will have to be Toon Universe. If I really wanted to put down a lesson without going over the negative, and to not be callous or insensitive, but please do support these other games. You've just witnessed firsthand what it's like to have something you love being torn away from you. Now is the time to support these other projects more than ever. With that, farewell, Dollies. Goodbye and goodbye.